Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Microbes in Human Welfare, and today in this video we will complete part 4. So this is the last part of this chapter. Now let's begin with the first question here. Which of the following is a pair of biofertilizer? So what do you mean by the term biofertilizer? What you can say about here? See, bio means something that is organic, right? It is eco-friendly. Can we term it like that? So natural fertilizers that you use for a plant or for a crop or for anything in regards to the plant kingdom, you will always call that as a biofertilizer. Biofertilizers are substances that contain microorganisms, living or latent cells. And these microbes will be either in living or in latent state. Biofertilizers will increase the nutrients of the host plant when applied to the seeds, or it can be applied to the plant surface, or it can be applied directly into the soil where it will be absorbed by the plant and can be used. Biofertilizers are most cost effective as compared to the chemical fertilizers, and it is more safe to use also. So this is just an introduction that I would like to give you about biofertilizer. So out of the four options given here, the first one, okay, option A is the right answer, where Azolla and BGA stands for blue-green algae. Okay, these are used highly as biofertilizers. Okay, now blue-green algae, you have under blue-green algae you have many species which come under it, Anabaena, nostoc, all these are biofertilizers which are being used in the plant kingdom. Therefore the correct answer is option A. Azolla and blue-green algae form the biofertilizers in rice fields or other fields as well. Next question here. The aquatic fern, which is an excellent biofertilizer. You're talking about an aquatic fern. Okay, so out of the four options, which one is an aquatic fern? It is Azolla. Azolla is a freshwater fern harboring under blue-green algae. Anabaena in its leaf cavities. The algae fixes the atmospheric nitrogen and releases nitrogenous compounds in the leaf cavities. This symbiotic system is the main source of algal biofertilizer, and it is exclusively used in rice fields. Other than that, if you want to know anything about Azolla is also called as mosquito ferns. What are they called as? Because they actually reduce the mosquitoes. So that is why it is also called as mosquito ferns. This belongs to the genus of 7 species of the aquatic ferns in the family. So what is the family that they come under? Salviniaceae. Okay. They are extremely reduced in form and specialized looking, nothing like other typical ferns, but they mostly resemble the duckweed or some mosses. So out of the 4 options, the aquatic fern, which is an excellent biofertilizer, is option A, Azolla. Now what about the rest that are given here? You have Salvinia and all that, right? Salvinia, Selaginella, all these are not ferns but they are plants. Okay, now what about Marcella? Marcella, you have in option B, right? Marcella. See, Marcella can also be, it belongs to a genus of approximately 65 species, and it's once again a plant. Pteridium is also a plant. So here they are asking us exclusively for a fern. Therefore the correct answer is option A. Next question here. Due to which of the following organisms yield of rice has been increased? I think by now you have guessed the answer. Yes, the right answer is Anabaena, because just now we discussed in the 2 questions where we spoke about an aquatic fern which is highly used in rice fields and as a biofertilizer in rice fields, where we spoke about blue-green algae, and predominantly Anabaena comes under it. Okay, other than that, if you want to know anything about Anabaena, Anabaena is actually a very boon to the plant kingdom. I mean, it's used as a biofertilizer, and it of course comes under the algae family. It's a filamentous cyanobacteria or blue-green algae which exist as plankton. They are known for their nitrogen fixing abilities, and they form the symbiotic relationship with certain plants such as the mosquito fern, which we saw just now is Azolla. Therefore the right answer to this question is option A, Anabaena, and to your right side you can see the microscopic view of it. This is how they look. Next question here. Which one of the following is a non-symbiotic biofertilizer? We have 4 options here. Rhizobium is a symbiotic biofertilizer. VAM, vesicular advesicular mycorrhiza. It stands for vesicular advesicular mycorrhiza. This is also association. There is a symbiotic association. Anabaena associates with Azolla. Therefore, all these 3 are in association. They have a symbiotic relationship. And what is symbiotic relationship? As I already mentioned, they live in mutual understanding, but they do not harm each other. Whatever is required, they share among themselves, and they live in a good understanding. Now, which one of the following is non-symbiotic biofertilizer? If you see, it is Azotobacter, which is option A. Azotobacter is a free-living nitrogen-fixing bacterium. Okay, it doesn't form association with any organism, but of course, it does the nitrogen-fixing work, but it does it freely. The correct answer is option A. Next question here. Farmers have reported over 50% higher yields of rice using a biofertilizer. Okay, this is again an easy question because it's a repetition of questions here. Farmers have been reported over 50% higher yields of rice by using the biofertilizer called Azolla Binata. Okay, option A is the right answer. Azolla, we just now discovered it. We just now discussed it to be a aquatic fern. It is also called as mosquito fern. It has a lot of abilities. It can fix nitrogen. It is a good biofertilizer. So many we saw. So once again, it's a repeated question. I think you don't have to have much explanation as the question is direct and you have the answer there. Next question here. Which of the following is likely to be achieved in the coming 2 decades? Okay. Here we have to discuss an option, every option here. A complete understanding of the brain-mind interaction. Then you have the control of cancer, correction of genetic basis of diabetes mellitus, production of biodegradable plastic rather than a cellulose by higher plants. Now, if you see the whole universe, if you talk about the world, if you look at anywhere, there is an increased rate in cancer. When compared to the 4 options, which you compare B, this is what we need to more concentrate now. Control of cancer is likely to be achieved in the coming 2 decades because there's a lot of research going on and people are trying to find in a good medicine so that we can avoid this particular disease called cancer, because it's a threat to the whole world, where people who have a healthy lifestyle are also facing the same condition, and those who have a bad lifestyle also getting the same thing. So this cancer is actually a little confusing of how it is arising. There are many reasons for it of how it is arising and how it begins its onset of symptoms in a body. Sometimes the symptoms are found even in a healthy person where they maintain a healthy lifestyle. They complain saying that I haven't drunk, I haven't smoked and so on, but still I've got cancer. So this disease is quite confusing, and people are doing a lot of research for us to identify and also find the exact medicine so that we can target and kill it. Okay, so the one that comes likely to be achieved in the coming 2 decades is option B, control of cancer. Next question here. Okay, gobar gas contains mainly dash. Very easy question, I think. Obviously, we know biogas is an anaerobic production, right? So when it comes to an anaerobic production, you will not have oxygen in it. Therefore, option B will not be the answer. And therefore, if you look at the other 2 options, C and D, we know when we talk about biogas, the main constituent is methane. So you have to consider this and this. Since it is an anaerobic process, oxygen will not come into it. Therefore, the correct answer is option A. Gobar gas mainly contains methane plus carbon dioxide. Okay. Next question here. Azotobacter and Bacillus polymaxa are the examples of dash. Now we just now saw Azotobacter is they are actually non-symbiotic, right? We just now saw Azotobacter is a free-living nitrogen-fixing agent, but it does not live in an association with any other organism. So this is a clue for you to identify this. Yes, the right answer is option B, non-symbiotic nitrogen fixers. As I already said, Azotobacter are non-symbiotic, free-living nitrogen-fixing bacteria. They will not live in association with any other organism, but they still do their activity of fixing nitrogen. They do not live in mutual understanding, but they live freely and they do their activity. So Acetobacter and Bacillus polymexa are examples of non-symbiotic nitrogen fixers. Okay. While I can give you some examples of symbiotic relationship, I mean symbiotins. You have Rhizobium, Azolla, where they live in association with another organism and do their activity. Next one, non-symbiotic nitrogen fixer. Again, it's a repeated question for you. Yes, the answer is Acetobacter. We already spoke about it a lot in this part. I hope you don't need much explanation for this. So Acetobacter is a non-symbiotic free-living nitrogen-fixing bacteria. You have Clostridium is an anaerobic free-living soil nitrogen-fixing bacteria. They've given some examples here. Rhizobium is a symbiotic nitrogen-fixing bacteria. So you have two examples here of non-symbionts. One is Clostridium and the other is Acetobacter. They do their activity of nitrogen fixing, but they see to that they don't live in association with any organism. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. So then you have another question here, a non-photosynthetic aerobic nitrogen fixing soil bacterium. Okay, so this question, if you see, it's again direct, right? And what do you think will be the answer here? A non-photosynthetic aerobic nitrogen fixing soil bacterium. It is once again Acetobacter. As we all know, it is a free-living soil bacterium able to take up the dinitrogen from the soil and fix it into an organic form. So what do? They take the dinitrogen from the soil and they convert it into an organic form. Okay, and they convert it into an organic nitrogenous material like amino acid, which can be consumed by the plant. And you have other organisms like Clostridium, or if you take Rhizobium is a symbiotic bacterium. Clostridium is once again a non-symbiotic free-living organism that fixes in nitrogen. Klebsiella, there's not much known functions of it regarding plants, but there are other pathogenic strains under Klebsiella which causes other infections or diseases to humans. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option C. With this, we complete the last part of this chapter, Microbes in Human Welfare. Hope to meet you in the next new chapter. Thank you.